and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hi, I'm called Baka, and welcome to Kiswahili Kimoja. Let's look at some vegetables. Tuangalie mboga. Mchicha. Mchicha. Spinach. Mama anakata mchicha. Mama anakata mchicha. Mother is cutting spinach. Malenge. Malenge. Pumpkin. Nyanya ameleta malenge. Nyanya ameleta malenge. Grandma has brought a pumpkin. Bamia. Bamia. Okra. Jirani anakanga bamia. Jirani anakanga bamia. The neighbor is frying okra. Pilipili hoho. Pilipili hoho. Bell pepper. Mkulima anavuna pilipili hoho. Mkulima anavuna pilipili hoho. The farmer is harvesting bell pepper. Good job. Kazi nzuri. Remember, the more you practice, the easier it gets. See you next time. Tutaonana tena. Hi, I'm called Baka, and welcome to Kiswahili Kimoja. Let's look at some more vegetables. Tuangalie mboga zaidi. Pilipili. Pilipili. Hot pepper. Baba anaongeza pilipili kwenye mchuzi. Baba anaongeza pilipili kwenye mchuzi. Father is adding hot pepper to the soup. Giligilani. Giligilani. Coriander. Mpishi anakata giligilani. Giligilani. The cook is chopping coriander. Kitunguu saumu. kitunguu saumu, garlic. Dada anakata vitunguu saumu. Dada anakata vitunguu saumu. Sister is cutting garlic. Uyoga. Mushroom. Mama anapika uyoga. Mama anapika uyoga. Mother is cooking mushrooms. Good job. Kazi nzuri. Remember, the more you practice, the easier it gets. See you next time. Tutaona.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
A very good morning to you. Welcome to the show in case you're just joining in. And in case you started with us, thank you very much. This is Good Morning Uganda on UBC TV. We come to you live from the Nile Avenue. My name is Julie F. Nantama. And this morning we are talking about the judicial system and fitness. Wonder how those two will fit each other. Stay tuned and be part of the conversation. 0709-602-592. We are looking at the International Day of Judicial Well-Being for Effective Justice Delivery in Uganda. And I'm having this conversation with Ayebare Daffin, who is the President, Uganda Judicial Officers Association, and Robert Sebugwawo, who is the Coach Rotary Fitness Fellowship. As well, you engage and learn and relearn. A very good morning to you both. I'll start with Coach, who is my immediate neighbor. A very good morning to you.
A very good morning to your host.
It's a pleasure having you.
Pleasure seeing you here.
All right, a very good morning to you, President.
Good morning, and good morning, Uganda. It's a pleasure being here.
Always a pleasure hosting you, because I've seen you being hosted, especially by Robert. Now it's an honor for me to host you on this side of the show. And we'll start, of course, with you painting a picture on the association, that is the Uganda Judicial Officers Association. What is it about?
The Uganda Judicial Officers Association is an umbrella association that brings together all judicial officers across the country, starting from the Supreme Court up to the magistracy. It is a voluntary member association. That means judicial officers voluntarily join, but it is open to each and every judicial officer across the country. The association is over 50 years old. It started as a magistrates association, and then it progressed into an association that covers all the judicial officers, right from the Supreme Court to the Magistrates Court.
All right. And now, when we get to the International Day of Judicial Officers' Well-Being for Effective Justice Delivery, it sounds light, but at the same time, by the time judicial officers embark on it, that means it carries a lot of weight. So what is it about?
So the International Day of Judicial Well-Being is international, as you hear by its name, and it is celebrated across the world. It was initiated by the United Nations on the 4th of March, 2025, and basically its intention is to put importance to the well-being of judicial officers. First of all, judicial officers, by the nature of their work, they need to be well to be able to deliver justice. a judicial officer who is unwell naturally cannot go to court and have the mindset to deliver justice. So the day commemorates the well-being of judicial officers, working system, work environment, the personal ability of every judicial officer to be well and be able to manage the heavy workload, the long working hours, the pressure that comes with the job, the long sitting hours. So that is what we are shedding light on and emphasizing that it is important that judicial officers across the country and across East Africa should be able to be well.
Right. Let me come to you, Coach Sebugwao. When we talk about fitness, the President has highlighted indeed quite a bit of the lifestyle of a judicial officer's day and sort of paints the picture why there's need for activity. But when it comes to a coach, someone experienced in that field, why do you think it's that important that fitness is a conversation that is emphasized within the judicial space?
Yes, I'll start like this, that is the Ministry of Health's motto in Uganda, save health is wealth. And on the side of us fitness professionals, we say exercise is medicine. And as President of UJOA, Ayebala, said, that their type of work is too much sitting. They sit a lot. They have to read, they have to research, they have to make judgments and all that. Now, bring in this aspect of them understanding that for them to be effective and efficient and productive, at the same time enjoy their lives, they must be fit and well. So what are we doing with UJOA? We are trying to make sure that after understanding that all the entire judiciary community is very busy and the type of work they do is too much sitting, we are coming up with very ideal fitness options for each and every judiciary employee or officer. Whereby, I'll give an example. If I assume I'm a judge, I'm seated in my chair for about 3 hours, I can raise my hands like this. I'm allowing blood circulation so that I can think better and I can do my work well. So part of why we are partnering with UJOA is to make sure that we bring the options that will fit each and every one. In fitness, we say there is no one size fits all. Some people can stand, do one step, do one spot run, do some steps when they're within their office. Then we're also recommending that every 1 hour, every judicial officer must stand up and do something to avoid that too much sitting, because too much sitting can bring blood clotting. And then it can also retard their mental clarity to do the work they're supposed to do, because scientifically our bodies are created to move. So us as the Rotary Fitness and Wellness Fellowship, our duty is to make sure that we work with UJOA from A to Z, and we come up with different prescriptions that will fit each and every judge, each and every magistrate, each and every officer in the judiciary community, to understand that for you to stay fit and well, you don't have to go to the gym. But it's a matter of knowing, have you prescribed and say, every 1 hour, try to stand up. Every 1 hour, put your hands, try to do something. Every 1 hour, take steps. Take a walking breaks in between. Utilize your lunch very well. And then also recommending them that when they go back to their homes, they can use their backyards to do something. So our job is to make sure that we critically understand what they go through, and we come up with appropriate, meaningful, sensible fitness options that will help them to be fit and well and serve justice as is expected.
Allow me veer a little away from the judiciary alone, because from what you've painted, what we know, when you talk about fitness and gymming and having to do all these things from a particular place with a coach, sometimes it does not make monetary sense.
Yes.
And when you talk about the judicial system, but you've pointed out examples that don't even require one cashing out.
Yes, yes.
So does that mean that even for Ugandans on a general,
Yes, actually.
One can stay fit even without necessarily spending on a gym.
Good. Our gospel is, we are encouraging to all you Ugandans that please take the responsibility. Have the discipline. Prioritize any physical activity. You can do this anytime, anywhere, and in any possible setting. And you make sure that at least if you get 20 to 30 minutes a daily dose or a regular dose, you may not be able to do it every day, but a regular dose. What am I meaning by regular dose? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay? So we are encouraging all Ugandans to use your own bodies to stay fit. Just use your own bodies. You can use your own body to stay fit. That if I'm here on the desk, I'm just trying to demonstrate simple things.
Things I should do.
You know, I've not gone to the gym, I'm doing this, you know.
Right.
Okay? And I can even decide and I say that, I'm very tired in my office and I say, now I'm running. Have I gone to the road?
That's for how long? Doing that for how
You
long?
can do for 10 minutes or 5 minutes. And when I do this, I'm working on my cardio, vascular. At the same time, I'm working the entire body. Have I gone to the gym?
No, you have not. You
If
have
I
not.
make this a habit and a priority every day, don't you think I'll stay in shape? So what we are trying to tell all Ugandans, that for you to stay fit and healthy, you don't have to go to the gym. It's you understanding that what should I do that can help me. And our job at the Rotary Fitness and Wellness Fellowship is to make sure that we come up with all the prescriptions, appropriate ways of helping all Ugandans, not only judges or judiciary, but all Ugandans to stay fit and healthy.
Lovely. Very, very, very interesting, because I'm about to also start having my cardiovascular sorted. But you're watching UBC TV and you might be wondering, what exactly are we up to? Well, we do have amazing guests in studio, but in honor of the International Day of Judicial Well-being for Effective Justice in the world, but in particular for Uganda, because it's Uganda that we are dealing with. And we do have Ayebare Daphne, who is the president of the Uganda Judicial Officers Association, with Robert Sebugwawo, who is the coach Rotary Fitness Fellowship. I believe you're learning a thing or two and are planning to put these into action. Now, President Ayebare, I don't know if this is part of this whole fitness thing for judicial officers, but it must have been our Saturday or two back. I met a couple of Ugandans, citizens on the streets of City Square, Constitutional Square, running, and ended up behind the court gardens. And I thought to myself, well, by the time they are here, it means that they are associated to anything judicial. Is that part of it? Is that part of the exercise?
I would love to believe and hope that they were judicial officers, because then that means that the message we have been preaching has actually taken root. I cannot really confirm or deny that they weren't judicial officers, but I really hope that they were. And whether they are judicial officers or not, whoever it is, please keep it up. But we also intend to have a little bit of that energy on Saturday. We celebrate the International Day of Judicial Wellbeing on the 25th of July. We had intended to start at 7, but we align ourselves to the national program of cleaning the country. So we have adjusted our program to start at 10 on Saturday.
Right after.
And among the activities that we have is we're going to have a procession that is going to actually have a bit of physical activity. We'll have Coach Bob and the Rotary Fitness team lead us in aerobics and a little bit of some physical energy going on that day. And before I leave that aspect, we are also not just limiting ourselves to the physical well-being, because we know that we need the mental well-being. And we have partnered with the Rotary Fitness, and our official partner for the event is the National Medical Stores. And we thank National Medical Stores so much for partnering with us to bring this event to life. And we'll be having a medical doctor talk to us about non-communicable diseases. We'll be having, so it is a chain of activities that I will highlight as we go on in the discussion.
Is there a theme to this year's celebration?
So the theme for this year is judicial well-being for effective justice delivery. As you mentioned earlier, it is one simple statement, but it is quite heavy and weighty, because it cuts across the nature of work that we do. Our message and focus is that the judicial officers should be able to deliver effective justice to the people of Uganda. And that means that all this effort is aimed at delivery of justice. As we had Coach Bob demonstrate, I want to believe that if a judicial officer did that before writing a judgment, the mental abilities of writing a judgment will be top-notch, and probably the reasoning and appreciation of the facts in the law, and the compassionate personality of a judicial officer, the empathy, all these good qualities of a good judgment will be brought in, because the mind is in its best place to be able to write a judgment.
I love the fact that you iron out, you air out the mental side of things and fitness. And I'll come to you, Coach, just for you to paint the picture. We might talk about it and think it's ABC for one to grasp, but just paint clarity of the picture of how fitness and mental well-being is helpful on a general scale for every Ugandan. But then as you conclude it, you also drive it to the judicial side of things. Like the president said, that perhaps if you do a thing or two, it will just stimulate your brain to ultimately make the right judgment that you would not have done so in case you had not done anything with your body active.
On an experience point of view, I would statistically say that exercise helps your mental clarity.
Right.
It helps your brain to be calmer. It helps yourself to think right, to stay sober, to be steadfast, to have a keen sense of right and wrong. If you can see historically and globally, people who are fit and well and healthy, they have a keen sense of right and wrong. How does it connect with judges? That them having their mental state in a very right way, having their physical fitness right, having their mind focused, they can have the ability to write the judgment very well, and then also to say, as she critically said, analyze very well and say, fact A, B, C, D can lead me to the right judgment. So historically, scientifically, humanly, we have it that the evidence shows us if someone regularly exercises, he will think better, and he will reason better, and he will be calmer in whatever he does. You very well know that when you take a decision, when you're not steadfast, you have chances are that you might make a mistake. But exercise is one of the medicine that I can prescribe for everyone. If you want to stay in a sober, sound mind, to do your things right, exercise becomes number one. And that's why we emphasize, ever since we got into a partnership with Joa last year, we've seen the progress, because the judges, the judicial officials have come back to testify that them adopting what we've been preaching, they have realized that this has impacted their lives. And when you're fit, your reasoning capacity is higher than someone who is not fit. Because remember, when you're not fit, you have that exhaustion, mental tiredness, attitude, mood. I'll share with you that if you find anyone who regularly exercises, they are positive. And in life, we know that if you want to do something right, have a positive attitude. Think right, stay sober, be focused. So the message we are bringing to judiciary and to all Ugandans is that take that self-responsibility consistently in a disciplined manner. Give it a chance of 4 months, 2 months, and say, if I exercise regularly in any activity that fits my lifestyle, how am I doing? Your productivity will go higher. And I also want to add this: when you exercise, you're a happier person.
Yeah.
The UAE government, Dubai, started a happiness ministry because it realized if all the people are happier, they will be more productive. And we believe in life, when we are given job, we need to show the results. We are results oriented, and we need to be happy. There is no way you live life when you're not happy. So the message we are trying to share with the judiciary, or the Ujoa and all the Ugandans, is that please embrace fitness and wellness lifestyle. You never regret. Right now, the Minister of Health has decided that they are going to go preventive versus curative. Prevention is better than cure. And the campaign is going to start. That nationally, as you see, the national clinic is starting. We are going to encourage all Ugandans, the entire population segments, to make sure that they embrace fitness and wellness. And at this point, I want to say, Ujoa is taking on the lead. A great job to make sure that, yes, we are busier people. But we've embraced this because we know it will add value to our lives, and it will add value to the justice they are dispensing.
President Ayebare, over the past year, in this partnership with the Fitness Fellowship of the Rotary, what results have you experienced in the field, especially for everyone, not just for you as a person, but for everyone? What have you seen? What testimonies have you had? What has taken shape and you felt that this was the right decision as the judicial system?
So we started this journey with the Rotary Fitness last year. Last year we are under the leadership of Honorable Lady Justice Olive Kazare, and serving as her vice president then. And we started having this discussion with the Rotary Fitness. And I can say that over the time, it's been 1 year now and counting, but over time, we have seen more response come from our membership about good feeding, about nutrition, about fitness. And we have had, this week we have had a series of conversations with different experts, but we also had our very own, who is a judge, take us through a schedule that she has in as far as fitness is concerned. And she has given us practical tips that we see are actually working in court. And we have also seen the judiciary has taken it up as an institutional policy. And we thank the judiciary administration for that, because at the judiciary headquarters, every Wednesday and Friday, we have aerobics. And this is a program of the judiciary. Wellness is critical to the judiciary and the judicial offices. So what have we seen? We have seen better habits. Now we see more judicial officers stand up. To the people of Uganda, sometimes when you're in court, you will see a judicial officer get off his or her desk and proceed while standing. It is not because they are being disrespectful or this message that we put across, that for them to be able to protect themselves, protect their backs, and be able to deliver justice to the people of Uganda, sometimes we have to stand. Sometimes we have to take breaks, a 10-minute break, and you move your body, you stretch your hands like this, you raise them like they have demonstrated for us. So we have seen actually practical and vivid results, and we continue to preach the message. We hope that it is going to take root to every judicial officer in the country. And maybe before I take leave of that very same issue, when the United Nations was making a decision on putting emphasis and stressing the importance of judicial well-being, at the time a research was conducted, and it was found that 92% of judges experienced work-related stress at least once or twice in a year. It was also found that 97% believe judicial well-being deserves greater global attention. This is a study taken on by UN across the world. And then it was found that 83% reported that their court systems do not provide sufficient well-being support. Now, again, I say that the issue of well-being is not just individual. It is institutional. It is national. And I also want to even actually speak into the national program of cleaning. Cleaning is also personal well-being. When we work and live in clean workspaces, then we are more productive. So it is important. Wellness is broad. It is in working systems. It is in appeal systems. It is in solution-based systems. I am in this place, this is the solution that I have. Yeah. If I am not well, this is where I have to go. We have a judiciary counselor, yeah, right. Who is on call for any person in judiciary service. And now judicial well-being is not just for the judicial officers, it is for the whole institution, for the judicial officers and non-judicial officers. So we have a standby judiciary counselor who actually attends to concerns raised by the good people in judiciary service, and that is meant to be able to take care of their mental well-being and the stresses that come with the work.
And very profound at that. So we are having a conversation regarding the International Day of Judicial Well-being for effective justice delivery. And to shed light into it, we have amazing people who are from two different worlds, but the same worlds at the same time, because they feed into each other. Ayebare Daffin, who is the president of the Uganda Judicial Officers Association, and Robert Sebugwa, who is a coach from the Rotary Fitness Fellowship, speaking with us as to the importance of fitness, especially when it comes to the justice system of Uganda. And a lot, I think, a lot of light has been thrown and shed as to the importance. Little wonder, President has said that Ugandans don't see an officer, a judicial officer in court stand up and you think they're being disrespectful. No, they're actually just ironing out their body so that they're able to deliver effectively at the end of the day. Coach, what are some of the mistakes that especially corporate professionals make when it comes to looking after their well-being in line with fitness?
Some of the common mistakes that are being made is saying that I'm busy, I'm stressed,
KPIs,
I'm
burnt
out, I have deadlines.
Yes.
So I would say this very realistically and honestly, that however brilliant you are, however informed you are, however talented you are in what you do, if you don't have health, you're not going to enjoy your life. I'll cite this example. During COVID, His Excellency, the President, Yoweri Museveni, realized that people were compressed within their settings. And he decided to take a national leadership step to demonstrate to people that even though you're kind of jailed in your own settings, but find time in any space and move your body. He did push-ups, he demonstrated everything. And you agree with me that in all his messages he has been given to Ugandans, he said that his health and fitness are the top priorities. Why am I bringing him? Because he has demonstrated that he's fit and he has taken on the leadership to bear lasting results for Uganda now in the global space as well. So, now, if you're just a corporate professional and you say you're busy, are you busier than the president? Really? Really?
Very
and also, I would say that even some CEOs, they look at fitness and wellness as nothing. No, that is wrong. The conversation has to change. That the CEOs, the owners of the companies, need to first realize that if they need the output per hour for all their employees from A to Z without exclusion, they must prioritize the fitness and the well-being of their employees.
In fact, allow me interject just a little bit. The judiciary from this has shown us the example, or perhaps giving us the next step to how best we should. So if we're looking at companies in Uganda, the employment space in Uganda, do you think this should even be mandatory?
It must be mandatory. There is no excuse, because now with the collaboration I've had with the judicial community, these professionals are very busy. Eh? Their deadlines are totally deadly. Eh? And the public demands justice. Eh? And remember, they do live isolated lives. Eh? So if they can realize that this is a priority on a global space, why not a corporate professional, or why not a government agency? I soundly say this, that is very, very paramount without any excuse. For every leader in a ministry, in an institution, in a religious setting, to encourage everyone that they must embrace fitness and wellness. There is no way you handle the burnout, the stress, the exhaustion, the fatigue, if you're not fit and well. Right. And what am I saying? Prioritize. Let's try to make sure we prioritize our fitness and well-being on a regular basis. I've not said daily, but I've said regular basis. Why am I saying so? Because people will say, I'm so busy. Okay, if you're so busy, get 3 to 4 days to make sure you prioritize your health.
Right. Yes. And therein you answer a question that I wanted to ask the both of you, so that I'd hear the two perspectives from the different worlds. But I think in a way you speak into it. But is the judicial well-being of a person, well, let's first look at just the judicial. Is this well-being of a personal responsibility or an institutional responsibility? Or is it both?
It's two-way traffic. Why? The institution itself has to prioritize and put space and support. You remember when she said support? All of us in life, we need support system.
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
So if the institution prioritize and say at such and such fitness, that's an institutional decision. And then you, who is being supported as an employee or a staff, take your responsibility and discipline not to disappoint your employee. I mean your employer. So it's a two-way traffic that teamwork can bear results. Yeah. So that you as an employer, you don't start blaming President Duffy, why didn't you do this? But did you support them? And then you as an employee, you don't start blaming an institution that why didn't you create space when they gave you the days and they gave you everything. Right. So it's a two-way traffic.
Right. Yes. President Ayebare, what would be your perspective? Is it a personal responsibility or an institutional responsibility?
My opinion really is that that doesn't differ much from Coach Bob. Right. But when he was talking about it, in my head was this phrase: "You can take a horse to the river, but you can't force the horse to drink."
To drink, yes.
So, to the greater part, it is a personal responsibility. What the institutions do is provide the space, the support systems to enable you be able to actually take care of yourself. But the work is individual. Every judicial office and every person has to put in individual work.
Right.
Yeah, because if we are talking nutrition, it's a judicial office that is going to watch what they eat, that is going to portion what they eat, is going to be mindful when they eat. Yes. When it comes to time for sleeping, it is individual responsibility to know that I have to sleep at 9 or I have to sleep at 10. Even when I have pending judgments when it comes to 11, I have to sleep. It is individual responsibility to set up a schedule. But all this that the institutions are doing, like Coach Bob has said, is basically support to enable individuals be able to actually live the life that they desire to live. Yeah.
Right. Now let's look at the celebration tomorrow.
Yes,
what activities have been laid?
So we have a lineup of activities. Like I said, we are not doing this alone. We have partners. I've mentioned the National Medical Stores, who is the official partner. We have the Rotary Fitness and Wellness Fellowship. We have with the International Association of Women Judges, who is our sister association. And we also are partnering with the judiciary, because the judiciary supports this activity. If it did not support it, then it would not take place. Yeah. And then we also have the St. John ambulance services.
Right.
Now all these, and Ministry of Health, all these partners are coming up for one cause, to ensure that impact is felt. We create awareness for the well-being of judicial officers, and we give an opportunity for actually having actual, you live the gospel, you live the message in that very day. So among the activities that we have, we're going to have a procession that is going to talk into physical activity. We're going to have screening services for non-communicable diseases, blood pressure, diabetes. We hope to have screening for hepatitis B. So we're going to have standby doctors and a medical team, which has been made possible by the Ministry of Health and National Medical Stores. We're going to have ambulance services that is going to move with us. We'll have aerobics. Coach is here and the team is ready to lead us in vigorous activity of aerobics. We are also going to have a health talk.
Right.
So, like I said, judicial well-being is broad. It goes to systems, to individual well-being, to nutrition. But now this year we are focusing on drug use. How well are we using the drug, self-medication, self-care is our theme, is our message that we are putting across for this year, and as well as physical fitness.
Right.
Yeah.
Coach, what should those who are attending tomorrow expect from you?
What they should expect from me is to learn many options that will help them to stay fit and well in any setting where they are. Because we shall demonstrate, as she said, we shall have a procession. Walking is one of the most effective physical activity any human being on planet Earth can take. So that will be a number one option we shall have. Using body, your own body movements, is also another very effective way of staying fit. We shall demonstrate that. Stretching is very paramount as far as physical fitness is concerned. That if you're limited with time in whatever you're doing, at least we recommend that try to get into regular stretching of your entire body so that you have effective blood circulation and the muscle and the joints. So we shall demonstrate that. Cool down is as much as important as working out. We are going to demonstrate to the people who participate and also the judicial officers that this is how we should do it. Dancing is one of the most ideal physical activity. I believe everyone in the world likes music.
Yes.
We shall demonstrate the dances.
Oh, yeah.
So, you see?
Even with two left feet.
Exactly. So, now, we are trying to bring out very ideal, simple forms of physical activity that whoever will participate, and even the judicial officers, will take home and say, on the 25th of July 2026, the Rotary Fitness and Wellness Fellowship, partnering with Joan, demonstrated this, and it gave us a lifetime medicine.
Result, yes.
You know, that you enjoy wherever you are. And staying fit can be fun and free. Because if you walk, you dance, you stretch, until doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Did we go to the gym when I did some demonstrations?
No, we did not.
That's it. So I want to encourage whoever will come tomorrow that please come with your ready mind to learn many options that you can use anytime, anywhere, private setting, public setting, and best of all, to know that when you get a chance to exercise with others, it's fun and enjoyable. Like
absolutely.
I said, we all need to be
Absolutely.
happy.
That is very, very true. Now, President Ayebare, who is invited first and foremost? Who is supposed to be at the event tomorrow?
So the event is organized for judicial officers and non-judicial officers. But we have also invited stakeholders who are key players in the justice sector who are going to be working with us. It is for purposes of managing the numbers.
Yes.
We have not opened it up to the public, but we have representation of every key stakeholder who is going to be proceeding with us during the procession and during the activities. But the core participants are judicial officers and non-judicial officers in the judiciary service.
All right. What are your parting shots?
So thank you very much. I want to leave us with a message that justice is delivered by people, and these people need to be well. And the call for well-being is not individual. It is an institutional, like we have been talking about. It is institutional responsibility. And then individuals pick up that mantle and then run with it when we have been given the tools. So our message is, first of all, that it is important that judicial officers across the country are in proper mental state, physical state, and the general well-being is proper for them to be able to deliver well-reasoned judgments.
Right.
Now, we thank the judicial officers, first of all, for embracing the call and embracing this journey. I thank the Judiciary Administration, led by the Chief Justice, who is our patron. He is the patron of the Uganda Judicial Officers Association, for embracing the well-being of judicial officers and making it a priority. I thank our stakeholders because they have made it possible. Yeah. If it weren't for the stakeholders, there's so much that would not be able to achieve. So we thank you so much.
Right.
And as we close, I call upon the judicial officers out there, non-judicial officers, our partners in the jail sector. Come, let us come together, let us preach the gospel, let us live the gospel, and most importantly, let's work together to be able to ensure that judicial officers are well and they are able to ultimately deliver justice, effective justice to the people of Ujoa and to the agenda of the well-being of judicial officers holistically.
All right. Thank you very much. That is Ayebare Daffin, who is the president of the Uganda Judicial Officers Association. Coach, Rotary Fitness and Fellowship, Robert Sebugwao, what are your parting shots?
My parting shots is that in life we say bygones are bygones. Tomorrow, let it be the day that all the judicial officers and all the stakeholders and all Ugandans who are watching this to take on something what we call self-care philosophy. Self-care philosophy means you take care of yourself. That includes regular discipline, responsibility, monitor your health statistics, go for regular medical checkups, practice social health, interact with people, be mindful of what you're doing, make right choices, right healthier choices, so that you can be productive and stay positive in whatever you're doing. The more you stay positive, the more you become better. Right. So every Ugandan, whoever is watching us, please adopt what we call self-care philosophy and then add on personal health management.
Right. And on that note, are you taking us through a bit of drills as we close the show?
Yeah.
And maybe just before we do that, allow me read this verbatim.
Yes, please.
Because it is really the gist of why we are doing all this. When we invest in health and the well-being of judicial officers and every person as a whole, then we strengthen the rule of law, enhance public confidence in the judiciary, and improve access to justice for all. Therefore, judicial well-being is not a privilege.
Right.
It is a necessity and the foundation for effective justice delivery. And that is why we say that healthy judicial officers ultimately lead to better justice.
Right. Very profound at that. Over to you, Coach.
Yeah, so, and what I had forgotten
We're doing one thing, just one thing.
One thing, yes. What I had forgotten to tell you. Rotarians, we serve humanity. And I want to encourage all of you Rotarians there that please embrace fitness and wellness because it's the best way you serve humanity. Okay.
All right.
We stand up and we do our hands like this.
Okay. All right. This is us closing and closing in fitness.
We say we count one. Together we count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9,
and
10.
Clap for ourselves.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was amazing.
That's a good one.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Juko.
Yo.
Wachikuwa. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda wange. Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that.
Okay.
The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income? Both taxes on my own premises. If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of... The good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals...
Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. Bring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning, and thank you so very much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to this particular time when we are going to be discussing something very, very important. Why invest in the boy-child matters. Very interesting. Most of the times we've been talking about the girl child, girl child, girl child, girl child, and girl child, and girl child. In the boy-child matters. And joining me on set, I have Carol Kisuche, who is the CEO, Skills Fair Uganda. With me in studios, and we are going to be discussing a lot of matters regarding the boy-child. Carol, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much.
First and foremost, help me understand and tell us about yourself and actually what inspired you to start the Skills Fair and Brotherhood Raising.
Okay, it's an honor to be here. My name is Carol Kisuche. I am CEO Skills Fair Uganda. Skills, first of all, I'm a passionate youth mentor, and that is what birthed Skills Fair. Skills Fair is a youth empowerment organization. We bridge the gap between skills because we need to accept that not everything is taught in the classroom, so we go beyond and teach. We groom a wholesome young person with things like life skills, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, sports, mental well-being, basically a sphere of skills, hence the name Skills Sphere. And what this does, it helps groom a wholesome young person to thrive in any changing environment. So that is what Skills Fair is about. Why the Brotherhood Rising? I mean, Uganda has done a tremendous job with girl-child empowerment, but over the years, as we have done empowering young people, I've noticed that there is a gap with the boy-child, and right now the boy-child are facing so many different challenges. So we believe with Brotherhood Rising, if we come up with spaces like Brotherhood Rising to groom a wholesome young boy and strike the balance between girl-child and boy-child empowerment, then we are going to raise healthy communities and healthy families with that, striking that balance with boy-child empowerment. Boys are going through so many challenges lately, so many. So we're having empowered girls, but we're having boys with self-esteem issues, and it's resulting into broken men. So we're saying the time is now. 78% of the Ugandan population is under 30. So that shouldn't just be a statistic. That should be a wake-up call that this is the time to invest in young people and the boy child to balance also the empowered girl child.
Now, you've just reminded me of a certain lady I was speaking to, and she told me, Robert, I was talking about some funny issues regarding marriage.
Right.
And I asked her, but you, when are you getting married? So she told me, have you prepared a man for me? I asked her, why are you asking me that question? She said, I'm very empowered. Exactly. I need a man who is equally empowered as me. But when I look around, I don't see that man. So while my parents were busy preparing me, someone was not preparing a match of me. Now that is the problem. I have to do
Correct.
a very long hunt until I can find that person.
Correct.
Like, oh, and so when you focus on the boy child, that brings me to ask, what are the biggest challenges that the boy child or men are facing today?
So the boy child, and my focus is going to be for the boys. I mean the youth, and since I have dealt with them for now a decade, the boys are facing many issues. I'll raise some. Identity. They actually don't know who they are. They're facing, social media has taken a huge toll on them. There's that comparison. They're looking at all these things on social media and trying to compare themselves with other people, strangers. Drug and substance abuse has become another very big issue with the boy child right now. They're dealing with lots of, there's fatherlessness, not having present parents, or lack of male mentors or positive male mentors that are walking this journey of life with them. We only get one shot at this thing called life, but if you don't have mentors, the positive mentors that walk this life journey with you, then you end up being influenced by things like technology, by things like negative circles of friends. Even parents, I mean, where parents are busy, everyone is trying to look for money and give your children a good life. But what I've noticed over the years is also not intentionally spending time with these children. There's a lot that is going on when you're at the office, when you're not, I'm not saying stop working, I'm saying be intentional about spending some quality time with these people. I've done so many outreach programs and gone to schools, and some of these kids just say, I wish I could just get a lunch with my father. I wish I could, I wish my mother or father even knew my best subject or my best friend. So we can tell that lately parents are busy. And that's where Brotherhood Rising comes in, because we're saying to groom a wholesome young person and a boy, it needs a positive ecosystem. It's a partnership between the parents, organizations like Skills Fair and Arts for Hearts who are coming together to do the Brotherhood Rising. It is the community, it's all hands on deck saying we all need each other to raise this boy child or to raise this girl child. We're not saying we're taking it away from the parents. We're saying we are partnering with the parents. The parents are doing the first bit. They raise these kids from birth. But the kids will not stay with the parents Monday to Sunday, January to December. They're out there in schools, in communities. If we create these spaces where the boy child can come, like Brotherhood Rising, boys boot camps, and learn from positive male mentors and see what it takes to be a brotherhood and pick up identity, pick up purpose, pick up life skills, values, then that means we're grooming a wholesome, empowered boy in partnership with the parent, the community, the teachers, the peer educators.
Now that said, you're organizing a 4-day that is experience for these young boys. Please tell us about this.
Yes, so this is the inaugural Brotherhood Rising experience. In partnership, it is Skills Fair in partnership with Arts for Hearts Uganda. The first boys boot camp we're doing is this August 6th to August 9th at Extreme Adventure Park, Busika. It's a residential boot camp, and so the boys will all stay there for 4 days. And we have a lot on the table. There's life skills, there's adventure. Extreme Adventure Park is an adventure park with a lot to do. There's positive male mentors that are going to come and speak to these boys who have walked the journey, who have walked have gone through the struggles they're dealing with, to tell their stories. Of course, we have sports and fitness. We have financial literacy, entrepreneurship, mental well-being. Many boys are dealing with mental well-being, health issues. So we have all that coming together for 4 days. It's going to be a jam-packed 4 days, and these boys will live knowing their identity, who they are, knowing their purpose, knowing that they can now have a brotherhood that they can depend on. Our 3 pillars are mold, mentor, multiply. So in those 4 days, we intend to mold character. We intend to mentor these boys intentionally. And the ripple effect is they get to multiply. It will have a multiplier effect in their communities, in their homes, in their schools. So it's going to be fun, jam-packed, with lots to learn, but we're also creating a safe space where these boys can open up. And we have raw conversations about the struggles they're dealing with, and we're able to guide them.
Please re-emphasize venue and dates properly for someone watching.
So the dates are August 6th to August 9th. The venue is Extreme Adventure Park. Registration for those who would love to be a part of this, to get more details, they can be found on the Skills Fair social media platforms, which is Skills Fair UG on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms. You'll find this information of how to register. And we also have a dedicated WhatsApp line. I don't know if you'd like me to
Please, you
share.
can.
It is 0709 370 669. So all information could be found on all our platforms, Arts for Hearts Uganda 2, and that number.
Why now?
Why now? I mean, the time is now, like I've said, that statistic is what should give us the wake-up call, 78% of our Ugandan population being under 30. But also, we're dealing with changes now, digital. 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, there was no such thing like social media. Society is changing. I mean, boys are growing up being told, man up. Boys are strong. Boys should be strong. Boys shouldn't be soft. We're here to tell them it is okay. It is okay to struggle. It is okay to seek help. It does not mean vulnerability is weakness. And so they need these creative spaces. Struggling with men that cannot speak up later in life because they've been told, big boys don't cry. Men are strong, man up. But they're dealing with so many issues inside.
Families are breaking.
Families are breaking.
It's normal that a man will see something, is not feeling good about it, but
they will choose silence because society has told them to man up and be strong. So we're saying, why don't we start them young and tell them it is okay to speak up now? I mean, 70% of the suicides in Uganda, research shows, are male. So why don't we tackle that issue from its root cause at a young age? Why don't we start this young? Empower them to speak up. Have creative and lovely spaces for them to speak up, like Brotherhood Rising, where they get to open up, find their purpose, find a brotherhood that's going to walk this life journey with them. Yes.
Very interesting, and you mentioned something that really caught my attention, training these young boys that it is okay. Men also get emotional.
Yes.
Men can speak when they feel things are not moving on well, than keeping that anger piling. And no wonder when some choose to speak, they go violent.
Correct.
That's the only, because it is boiling in them. They can't express it simply because your husband, you know, you have to keep quiet. And when we see these young boys being taught and given these special values that many of us never gotten, by the way, when you move around, you hear how can a man, you know, how do you come out? How do you go to a counselor? How do you go for therapy? A man, an African man.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, people are committing suicide. So this is an opportunity that every parent out there, I feel you shouldn't have your child miss. And this brings me to a boy of 13 years. For these 4 days, what should we expect, or should this boy expect to move away with after these 4 days?
One, they're going to get to know their identity, who they are. A boy of 13 years is at the developmental stage where they are forming habits. They're just getting to start to be from a boy to a man. They're about to hit their teenage years. So what this 4 days is going to do for them is going to mold them character-wise. We're going to have them mentored intentionally. They're going to build values. They're going to get to know their purpose. But they're also going to get to open up, since we are creating a space for them to easily open up. We have an 80-20 philosophy where it's 20% classroom style teaching them. And I don't even want to call it classroom style. It's more short engaging sessions. And then 80% is them. It's interactive. It is through fun, games, activity. We're not saying they're finishing school and coming back to another school. Our model is different. It's more engaging. It's more interactive. So they'll be able to live with purpose, with values, with feeling like they now have a brotherhood that can walk their journey, this life journey with them. Positive male mentors that they know, okay, I am now going to be influenced the positive way. If I do have an issue along the way, I know I can pick up the phone and call my mentor, Alan, and tell him I'm going through this. So the mold, mentor, multiply, that's where it comes in. We're molding character, we're mentoring them intentionally, and they get to go and multiply. The impact multiplies when they go back home. So we're not saying after the 4 days, that's it. That this is just the inaugural event. We're going to have more events. We'll have another boys boot camp in December, but between now and then we'll have different events going on throughout the year and in schools.
Very interesting there. Now, who is eligible for this camp, and how can parents register, if at all they are permitted to?
Of course they are permitted to register. The parents are who is permitted? Children, boys between 8 years. It's basically 8 years and above. How do parents register? All our social media platforms, we're sharing the registration link. Skillsphere Uganda, Skillsphere UG. On all social media platforms, we're sharing the registration link, and also on the mobile number that I shared on WhatsApp. All these details are being shared so they can reach out. If they have any clarifications, inquiries, we're happy to answer all of them.
Oh, well, it's very interesting. You can't afford to miss this boot camp. From 8 years and above, the boy child only and strictly. There are now matters for the boy child. You know, there's so much that has happened regarding the girl child. There's this, there's that. But now this is something for the boy child. And I would implore parents to ensure that your child does not miss out on this. Now, as we come to the end of this, Carol, what message would you have or leave with a parent raising a boy today?
Awesome. For a parent raising a boy today, I would just like to tell them, we're here for you. We've had the cries, we've seen them over the years doing these programs during holidays. We're here for you. What is going to raise a 360-degree wholesome boy is an ecosystem. And that ecosystem is a partnership between you, the parents, us, the organizations, and the community. So we're not taking anything away from you. We're here to say we have come to partner with you to raise a full 360-degree rounded boy child. We're here to partner with you, and we're here to show the boys that they do matter, not just the girl child. If we do this together, all hands on deck, that means we have empowered girls and empowered boys. And what that does is we'll have thriving communities, thriving families, and a thriving Uganda.
Well, before I let you go, any final message?
Yes, final message is it would be an honor to host your boys. We look forward. We are passionate about empowering young people to thrive. We need to understand we're in a changing environment. Everything is changing with technology, with society. So the time is now. Do not wait till this boy is 35. This is the time. We're happy to do this with you. And yeah, we look forward to coming back here and telling our stories of the boys that have been transformed, who will be tomorrow's leaders and tomorrow's fathers. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for your time raising the next generation of men. Why investing in the boy child matters. As a father of a boy, definitely he won't miss.
Thank you
I'll
so
have
much.
to make sure he goes, tries that exercising, but also knowing that, yes, there is so much that the world has taught you which is wrong. This is the right thing. See you in the next hour. Keep it with us on UBC TV.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.